Good evening to everyone watching this movie. My name is Lars, and I am going to show you today how to turn a minor pentatonic into a blues scale. The only thing that is different is it adds a sixth note. So it's a hexatonic, not a pentatonic scale. Penta means five, hex means six. And it's a special one because it has what's called a tritone in it, and a tritone is a in a 12 note system is the note that's smack dab in the middle. It's a in medieval times it was considered evil and bad. Now we're so used to them now, especially with the advent of modern harmony, you don't even notice them anymore. It's also, for those of you who do know harmony, if I play a G7 chord, what gives it the tension is the F and the B natural. So the F natural and B natural clash. That's a tritone because they want to separate, and that's what gives you that really strong 5-1 resolution. But anyway, I digress. So I'm going to show you how to turn your minor pentatonics into blue scales. Okay, so we're going to add a note that is exactly halfway. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3. I have 1, 2, 3. There's a note that's going to go right here. All right. So to fit them in, I'm just going to chop that one up, and I'm going to add a D sharp. So A blue scale from the A minor pentatonic. All right. Easy peasy. And I go here to the A sharp minor pentatonic. Okay, my D is already sharp, so I'm going to have to do something super special here. I'm going to have to add another half step, so we end up with a D double sharp. So there is your written out A sharp blues scale. That just does not roll off the tongue very well, because the one that we usually use when we're thinking of these is the B flat. All right, so I need a note between E flat and F, so that's going to be an E. So I'm going to turn, well, you just let me cut it in half, or you're going to turn it natural? Nope, good. Okay, and I'm just going to add an E. I'll turn on my little natural sign here. And there we go. Here's your B flat blues scale. That's your concert scale for you people playing concert instruments, trombones, flutes, oboes, things like that. B flat. Yep. Okay, B minor pentatonic. Oh, somebody might have asked, well, why don't you have well, I haven't gotten there yet. But like I skipped from C sharp to D. Why I don't have a D flat is because that would be D flat would be the minor pentatonic of F flat, and nobody wants to deal with the key of F flat. So I'm just going to address that right now. So here's B, and I go up 1, 2, 3. I need a note between E and F sharp, and it's going to be pitched in F natural, but we're going to write it as an E sharp just because that's the direction we're going. Now, I suppose if you were to write these out going down, you might use the flats. So I would spell it up going B, D, E, E sharp, F sharp, A, B. But going down, I could use B, A, F sharp, F natural, E, D, B. All right. And that's just for visually looking better to, for your when you're writing these out. because that tritone, it's neither here nor there. But visually speaking, if I'm going down the scale, I prefer to read flats or naturals, and going up, I prefer to read naturals or sharps. All right, so we have C. If you are a tenor saxophone player, this should be very common to you. You should know this one because it is how we read the B flat concert one. And we'll check, put in an F sharp, and there you go. Do 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 do. All right, and here is C sharp. And remember, I said I'm not using D flat because nobody wants to see the key of F flat because that's just gross. So here I have an F sharp going to a G sharp, so I'm going to need to use that double sharp to indicate that I'm going up. So I'm going to put the F sharp there and hit my little half up tool. There we go. Do 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 do. All right, D blues. For saxophones, this is a very common key we play in. It's also nice because there's no sharps or flats except for the one that I'm going to add here. Oops, I'm going to turn this one into a half, and then I'm going to add a half step. So I go up 1, 2, 3, add a half step, boom. Now I have a blues scale. So I'm turning minor pentatonics into blues scales. D sharp, okay, and I'm going to go up here, 1, 2, 3, G, and I have to add another half step here. There you go. Do 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 do. Here we go. Now I have A flat, so these two are going to sound the same. It's what's called enharmonic. A little vocabulary review there for you. They sound the same, but they are written different. And I discussed that when we did major scales last week. So here we go. We have to add. So I need a whole step between so I have a whole step here. So I got 1, 2, 3, A flat and a B flat. So I'm going to need a note right in the middle, and it's going to be A natural. Okay. The other way to check yourself if you're writing these is make sure that the note that you're adding is a tritone away. So if you know what your tritones are, you can check yourself that way. E minor pentatonic. Okay. Yep. This is one that saxophones get to use a lot. Reading. Do 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 do. It's a G minor for concert pitch, or D minor. So yeah, those are common keys for saxophones. Concert pitches for us to play in. Oops, make that a natural. There we go. F. So I have an F minor pentatonic, and I'm going to turn him into a. There we go. Okay, and I can double check my work. I have an F here. I have a B natural here. That's a tritone. The rest checks out. Okay, let's go. And the sharp. So F sharp minor, not a key that we generally play in maybe some vocal charts or something. It's just not one that we use very often, for saxophones at least. And there we go. You get to use your B sharp. Do 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 do. All right, and then G. Okay, and for altos, this is your go-to blues scale because this is the B flat concert. Blues were transposed for alto. That's what it looks like. So I turned a G minor pentatonic into a G blues scale. G sharp. That's concert F sharp or concert B. For saxophones, we don't usually play in this key, but it exists. And you should know it if you're going to know your keys and learn them all. Because then when you come across it, they don't scare you. And I get to use a C double sharp. And now the enharmonic is A flat. So I'm going to put on my little flat guy here. Turn him in. And I have to add a D natural. So natural, add a D right there. Boom. A flat blues scale. So let's give these a listen. Okay. Then we're going to do some review. And there you go. Those are your blues scales. Now, what we're going to do, let me turn this, where'd my mouse go? Mousy mouse, there you are. Okay, so I'm going to show you the steps that we have taken to get here, okay, to build one from scratch, and then I'm going to show you a couple of other ways to do it. Okay, so we first started out with a major scale. Okay, this is review. Okay, now to turn this into a pentatonic, I'm going to get rid of some notes. So I'm going to get rid of 4. I'm going to get rid of 7. Congratulations, I now have a pentatonic scale. To turn this into a minor pentatonic scale, and I will be right back. Sorry about that. We had a little phone call that came in here, and I've been troubleshooting something else. So here we go. We have our major pentatonic scale, and the way we turn our major pentatonic scale into a minor pentatonic scale is we start on scale degree 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. There's your minor pentatonic scale. And if I want to label them, I'm going to put in my notes here. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. All right. To turn a minor pentatonic, so once you've got your minor pentatonic figured out, you can do it this way. What you're going to do is you're going to add from this system would be called a sharp 2, because you're deriving everything from the first major scale. Okay. Oops, got to get rid of this mouth. Goodbye. And we'll fit him right there. Boom. Okay. Now that is a sharp 2, but I have found that on using QuickTime, if I hit Shift, it stops recording. And so I'm not going to hit Shift. It would be a sharp 2. So that's how to build it from a major pentatonic to a minor pentatonic to a blues scale. All right, the way that most people probably conceive of it, though, is this way. So I'm going to copy and paste just a regular old major scale. Paste. There we go. All right. So you're thinking blues scale. How do I turn this into a blues scale? Well, what I need to do is I need to get rid of some notes. So I'm going to get rid of 2. I'm going to get rid of 6. All right. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to flat the 3rd, put in a raised 4th, and then flat the 7th. There you go. So it's 1, flat 3, excuse me, flat 3, 4, sharp 4, and I'm not going to hit the shift key because it turns it off for some reason, flat 7. So 1, flat 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, flat 7, 1. All right. These are also happen to be the not only scale degrees, but the intervals. So this would be a 1, minor 3rd, a perfect 4th, a sharp 4, a perfect 5th, a flat 7, and a 1. Okay, all related to this first note. And I will do a intervals lesson later. The other way to do it, if you want to do pure intervals, you could also say, well, allow me to do a second row here. No, it won't. You can do 1, you would say minor 3rd, whole step, half step, minor 3rd, whole step. All right. So you could derive the scale from the minor pentatonic, or you can figure out the intervals from the major scale. I would say if anybody says, quick, Lars, play something in whatever blues scale, I think of it in the major, and then I do the math in my head. That's probably the way most people do it. But however you do it, whatever works, works. So have fun with that. If you found this material interesting or useful, and you think I could help you out with your saxophone or theory or composition journey, give me a call. The link is in the description. I would like to help you. Have a nice day, and I will see you later.